Hello everyone, this is Olivia from Chariot. I'm here to do your current energy reading. So already on the bottom of that we have the Six of Cups. Somebody could be reminiscing, nostalgia, something from the past, something from your past childhood or a past love. Let's see what we come up with. Oh my gosh, this page has been coming out so often. Apparently it's important. Because when I see this, it makes me, when I see it, this is the third reading that I've used this deck with, and this energy here keeps popping up. It's like they're trying to get my attention or your attention, whoever this reading is for. The Page of Swords is usually someone who's young at heart. They have, they're young as far as, they don't have a lot of adult knowledge. You know, they're still growing. But this person has already done a lot of studying. And I always say it's like there's a lot that they have learned, but I still feel like they want to learn more. I still feel like they want to learn more. Like the learning is not over yet. Okay, let's see what we have next. The Seven of Swords. I think somebody here is really holding on to what it was that they did learn. You know, I always say when this person is holding their heart, it's like they're saying, wow, I have learned a lot. I have learned a lot. And then this energy here is the Seven of Swords, which is telling me that this is somebody that's holding on tight to whatever it was. They're both swords, so it has something to do with internal knowledge. She's holding an egg. She took the biggest egg out of that nest, and she's holding tight to that one. It's like saying, and again, he's holding his chest or his heart. You know what it feels like right now? I never noticed this before, but it feels like a son and a mother. This is the mother that gave birth to this boy. And there may be other children involved too. But it's almost like she's saying, I raised him right, or something like that. She seems, you know, gently and gracefully thankful that he has taken the opportunity to learn from her. Because a lot of young children don't always get that opportunity. So instead of this Seven of Swords being about theft and cheating, and it's also, it talks about, you know, sharing knowledge. You know, making somebody aware so they don't get taken advantage of. It's that kind of energy. Teaching them to grow up so that this mother figure can feel that she's done her best, and she's probably very proud, but she wants to protect him too. That's kind of what I feel like. This could be an only child, or it could be there's 4 other eggs here. They're all different sizes, but she chose the biggest of all of them. Oh, we could have a single mom here. We could. The Nine of Pentacles, this is somebody that's very self-confident. She would be, if you really think about it, the energy that the Nine of Pentacles, she's somebody that's self-confident and she's self-reliable. She doesn't absolutely need anybody in her life. Not that she probably doesn't want somebody, but she knows that the opportunities might not be what she's looking for. Because she's kind of, look at her, Look at her hat. I mean, it's fruit and flowers. It's like, there used to be an old commercial. Was it the banana lady? Cheetah bananas or something like that. She was dancing with all those fruits on her head. That's what it looks like. Okay, so I'm older than you guys, but it doesn't matter. That means I'm wiser. But this is the same kind of energy here. She's learned a lot, and she's kind of proud, but not overly so. But like I said, she's self-confident. She doesn't have to worry about others and what they say about her. I think she's actually an air sign, because if I remember right with that, no, she's a earth sign. She's earth. Wow. It's almost like the son is being, in this reading, he's being very proud of his mom for raising him right and teaching him what he needs. He's very proud of his mom. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Oh my God. Okay, I haven't had this card out. I've seen it, but just briefly when I went through the deck. Oh, the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, this is kind of like a grandfather figure. Because if you, well, it is the Emperor. That's right. In the regular deck, the Emperor, no, I take that back. In the original deck, the Emperor is in the same cloak as the King of Pentacles. If you ever pay attention. So basically, this is saying too that this is the King of Pentacles, or the Emperor. Because in the Ten of, I'm getting you guys confused. But anyway, it's the Ten of Pentacles. Look at that in the next reading when you do one with the other. But look at the family there. It's almost like they are being protected by a very high authority type person, which to me could even be the divine. It's like this person's family is being protected. And I think what this is, it looks like it's a tree that's been chopped down, and you know they have those circles within them because the outer edge looks like a bark of a tree. And it's almost like a generational kind of card. Which is what this stands for. It is a generational card, even in the other deck. Yeah, the grandpa and the, yeah, okay. So somebody's being watched over. Somebody's being protected. And it could be like a grandfather to this mother and son that's watching over them. Oh, that's precious. So the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles next to each other. That's synchronicity, if that means anything to you guys. The 9 plus the 10 is 19, and you add 1 plus 9 and it's 10. Or it can even go further and be a 1, which is a ace. It's like an ace of pentacles between the two of these. Okay. Oh, for darling. She's half bird and he's half man. Or is it the opposite? He's mostly bird and she's mostly human. But they're a mix of each. They're not a perfect match. They're not a perfect match, but they have a lot of similarities with one another. And again, this can be with this, just because it's the lovers, there's two people that can love each other. It can be a son and a mother, or a father with a daughter. It doesn't matter. It's just that it's showing, what it's indicating here is that there's a love between this son and mother. And the lovers indicates that it's like a partnership. They understand each other. He's got a little bit of her in him, and she's got a little bit of him in her. It's like they're not exactly the same, but very close. It's like they just get along Real easy peasy, you know. Oh, the Knight of Swords. So that looks like a newspaper dress. The only thing I can read out of it is right is worth the cost. Right, being right is worth the cost. And she's floating on a feather, and yet it's one of those old inkwell type pens that you have to dip it in a jar of ink. But that dress looks like it's made out of crushed up newspaper. And it's the kind of news that she might be trying to relay the kind of news that has something to do about what's in the news. But she's doing it lightly on a feather. I think she's trying to warn somebody here to listen out for the news. Or don't listen, maybe. But she's doing it on a feather, which means she's doing it very delicate. She's probably going to communicate to her son. If this is it feels like it's a son and a mother, and possibly a grandpa that's overseeing it, generational. And then we have this Knight of Swords energy. This is somebody that is trying to get a word across about the news. But again, she's doing it so lightly and carefully on that feather that she doesn't want to. She don't want to ruffle up any feathers, because these two are feathers too. It's almost like she knows there's an importance in giving this information. There might be some kind of news that she discovered, and it could be from the newspaper. The Knight of Swords. They usually come with good news. It's good news. And it's truthful. It's something you can bet on. The Chariot. Oh. So the mother always speaks the truth. And she does it in a very gentle way, as to not overwhelm. And I'm sure it's in reference to her son. There's a deep bond between them, but I still feel like it's a mother and a son. Because he's a page, he's young, and she's older. She's able to, have her own home. But it looks to me like there's a possibility that this single mom, I kind of have the feeling that she's, the Chariot talks about clearing out something from the past. Because the Chariot talks about doing that inner work so that everything within you is balanced. And it could be that it has something to do with this grandpa. Maybe she's looking at her life and her generations, and maybe this is a generational energy where somebody's clearing out their past of all of the things that are no longer worth hanging on to. Learn the lessons from them and then let it go. Something about the grandpa. I don't think it's a father here. I think because of the long white beard, I feel like this is like a grandpa. And she's clearing it all out. She's spinning the wheels and getting everything out. She's searching for the truth for herself. She's already done good with her son, and she feels very proud of that and protective. But now it's time for her to work on herself so that she can clear some past generational energy from like a grandpa, or probably her father maybe. I say grandpa because he's first on the board and he's the child, but it's probably his grandfather, but it's her father. Maybe there's some generational issues there. Let's keep going here. This is interesting. Oh my goodness, the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups can also be about a family. And that's what I feel like we have here, is a family reading. So the Ten of Cups is, again, is like two people that really love each other, and not in a romantic way at all, in a family way. The Nine of Wands. This mother has sacrificed for her son. If she's sacrificed for her son so that he has what he has now and is still learning perhaps, this Nine of Wands is like they have fought battles in order for this child to be raised properly and to learn things and to know that he's nurtured. And maybe she's sacrificed in the past. Maybe there were sacrifices that this Nine of Wands had to make. Maybe, or she's sacrificing now herself because she's looking for the truth within herself, and she's sacrificing herself with the Nine of Wands by going in and cleaning out and already I said that, clearing out the past. And the Nine of Wands is, she's taking the time out of life to sacrifice for herself to get pure, clear answers about a grandpa. If there's something that was left unsaid to a father figure, or something like that that needs to be said, or something that needs to be released, that's what this is. These three for sure. And again, this is family. I have no doubt it's family. It's not a love connection. Not in my eyes. Yeah, life has been a hard burden. She's picking all those beautiful flowers and putting them on her back. It's like sacrificing again. It's like she wants only the beauty in life, and she's having to carry the burden of her choice by what she does. She's wearing a flowered dress. She's picking up all kind of flowers. Or maybe she's planting them. You know, it's hard to tell. You know, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Wands in the normal deck talks about a heavy burden, and that how it's gone on for a long time. I wonder if this person isn't removing the wands from her back and planting them so that they have a true purpose for being there. It's like she's turning something that's very burdensome and hard in life, and she's planting it and turning them into flowers. Planting the flowers so that she can remove them from her back. It's removing all of this. If there's some negative energy here, she's removing all of it. The heavy burden that she carried with her for a long time. And maybe this son with the mother and the mother, maybe the burden has been, maybe there was a separation between them at one time. There could be, because she's single. I don't know. It's hard to say. Ten of Wands is a burden, is a heavy load that somebody's been feel like the heavy load is partially to do with the past generation. Maybe it wasn't that great of a family dynamic. And maybe that's why she's sacrificing for her son, to make sure that that doesn't interfere with his life. That's probably why she's clearing it out, because she wants to cut to the truth of the matter. Because I think she was hurt. I do. She may have a hard time being in relationships because of it. But she's clearing it out, and she's digging out the truth. And she's going to get rid of it. It's going to be finally gone. It's going to be the end of it. The end of the heavy burden that your son and the son and the mother, the burden is going to be ended. Oh my gosh, beautiful. All right. Wow. Okay, let's see what we get here. Follow what lights you up. I feel like that's family. And she's learning too. She's got a book open. She's reading a book. So it's something about learning. Learning lessons. Maybe the whole thing is about learning the lessons of life. And yes, the learning of lessons of life is hard, and that would cause the 10 of Wands. But it's time to cut to the truth of it and find out exactly what that heavy burden was, especially from the generation. And she probably knows that her son's gone through his fair share. Your spirit sparkles when you connect with what you love. And I think that's with your son. I do. Relaxation promotes healing. When you're clearing out your old past, you are going to need time to be alone for a while. Once it all comes to the forefront and you start looking at it, you're probably going to cry. And it's probably going to drain your energy, so make sure that you take time to relax and let yourself get healed. It's okay to have needs and to fulfill them. Maybe the son is married to somebody and this is the marriage. Maybe he was able to follow what lights him up. Let's change it a little bit. This is probably a relationship of love with his now current wife. He's grown up. He learned a lot from his mom and he's very proud of it. And he found the person that is near his match. They're not perfect, but they're close. And they are married. And they have little guppies. Whatever that means. There could be babies. Oh, that's sweet. And this mom is finally clearing out her past from her childhood, perhaps. It feels like a generational reading. And then the 10 of Wands it's been a burden for both of them, but they've gone through it. And look at this. Oh my God, I love this. Only in the darkness can we see the stars. In other words, we have to go through the darkness of our souls to dig all of that dirt up and get rid of it. And then we can see the stars. Oh my God, that's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh God. I almost want to cry. Okay, anyway, that's it for now. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, namaste. Bye-bye.